Well, we've reached the halfway mark for the grand finals, guys. WEC China returns now for the second and final best of 3 that we're going to play. Cloud9 had the winner's bracket advantage, so they got the first set automatically. They lost the second set, EG took that, and now we go into the third and deciding set. This will be a straight best of 3. The winner walks away with $90,000 and change. The loser, $30,000. Still not bad. And with that being said, I'm LD from Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here remotely by Gods as well as Winter. And with that being said, the draft's underway, so we're going to go ahead and hop into it. Cloud9 on the Radiant side, EG on the Dire. Gods, Winter, you with me, guys?
Howdy.
Hey, good to have you back. For those who don't know, Gods has been battling some tonsil infections on and off, so are you feeling any better? Is your voice recovering, my friend?
It's going okay. I was advised not to cast quote-unquote too much, but we'll suffer through.
You're a trooper, my friend. I'm not sure if Winter's actually picked up the call yet. Looks like he's not. Maybe grabbing something to eat. But yeah, David, someone who hasn't been... Oh, there's an interesting draft. So far, we see a difference already. The Lycan's been let through. The Void has been banned. Cloud9 are just tired of it after seeing last game from Universe. But yeah, how have you looked at the series so far, and what's really stood out to you?
It's been a good series. I kind of agreed with what a lot of the panelists said. I felt like EG had a lot more momentum coming in. They had a just bad day one where they lost one best of 3, and I feel overall EG are just in the zone right now. Like, they're playing and their drafts have just been phenomenal. And I think the drafts has really kind of been what's decided how far EG and Cloud9 got to the tournament. They're kind of one step ahead of all the Chinese team, their counterparts.
Yeah, it does kind of feel that way. Like they just I had more confidence in EG as well, but Cloud9 had the series advantage, so it's like, you get 2 shots at a best of 3, you pull out a cheesy strat, you win one straight up game, you can take a best of 3 and end it, but so far not the case. And now we move into the draft where a hero that the panelists did mention is the Jakiro is picked up in the first phase. He was first phase banned in one of the games earlier, but we see Cloud9 grabbing the Skywrath, so they get some good early lane control and try to protect this Lycan pick, because we did see EG like to punish Lycans in lane if they don't have enough support, and with the Skywrath it'll be a little bit harder to contest them early on.
Yeah, you have to get the strong zoning support, especially against the Jakiro, because EG will run that in the offlane and do these kind of cheeky dual lanes, put Universe on the Jakiro, and that can just crush a Lycan. So getting a strong support is really crucial for Cloud9 right now, which they've gotten the Skywrath Mage, but I think they even need like a strong support duo.
And the Undying now banned out by Cloud9. Something EG ran yesterday, and I only got to watch the game in passing because I was actually casting Starladder Southeast Asia, but it was just beastly. So Cloud9 have done their research in terms of the bans, and we'll see the Nature's Prophet removed. Pylite Die, or sorry, not Pylite, Bo3 has been hit or miss with it, and I don't know that it's necessarily on him, but more just the way the heroes fit into their drafts in some cases. But you know, last game the Prophet really couldn't get too much done. Now the Tuskar ban. We also saw this from EG on day 1. It also didn't work though. They ran the Tuskar Jakiro dual lane, Radiant dual lane in the offlane, and we saw the potential. It almost got multiple kills against the tri-lane, but slightly outplayed. They ended up giving up first blood, and then from there the lane kind of fell apart. But we won't see it again.
For me, it's really interesting that it's EG who give up the Lycan, because often when a team, like, if you're playing these 2 BO3s, you lose the first BO3, then it's like, okay, we've got to change something to, like, mix things up, and like, that's kind of like a Navi thing, where they leave the pool open or change the picks and draft to throw their opponents kind of off kilter, but it's EG who just won the first BO3, willing to change their draft and give up a Lycan, so it really makes me think EG have, like, at least a set strategy, something kind of cheesy planned. They are on the dire side, so already great Roshan potential with just these 2 heroes, Liquid Fire as well as the Exorcism, and I think beyond that, EG are going to be looking to put on a lot of pressure and not let Lycan get kind of anything out of the lane.
Yeah, and it's also something they had success against. Like, when they gave away Lycan the other day, they picked a Darkseer Batrider and just destroyed the lane. They had a weak laning support in the Shadow Shaman on the enemy team, and it just never got online. So not sure if EG will have quite as much luck against the Skywrath, but obviously it reminds me also a bit of like DK at Starladder, where they gave away Lycan, but it was always on the Radiant side and always with purpose, and they punished it heavily. That was back when Centaur was really scary in the offlane. And now they'll go into the Doom. So a hero that can shut Lycan down if you get off the Doom before he ults, and EG shaping up to be a very scary team fight. And on that note, I think we have Winter back now, though he's a mute for the time being. Winter, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, went for dinner.
That's okay.
Just got back.
I don't want to keep you from your food, but quickly, give us your thoughts on the draft so far.
Yeah, I think I'm also quite surprised that they actually gave away the Lycan, but probably they were feeling that C9 will actually not first pick the Lycan and will go for the Death Prophet instead of the Lycan, and they were gambling on them getting the Lycan on the dire side. So that was probably the plan initially, but if they didn't get it, they would still get the DP in return. So I mean, it's still good on the dire side with DP or Lycan, but obviously you would want the Lycan bet more than the DP. I feel Lycan on dire side is like almost certain a victory sometimes because it's so powerful.
Yeah, they don't get the Void either, which we've seen them. They love to combo the Void and the Death Prophet, but still they have a pretty decent team fight lineup. Looking now like they'll need. I mean, it could be a Korjuk hero in theory, but I'm not 100% sure. Universe could take it to the off lane. They can use it to apply pressure to the Lycan. They could run the Zai support Doom that we saw earlier today. It's a little bit open how they want to approach this, and now the Visage comes out. Interesting pickup from C9. It's almost always with the Drow, but
Drow Ranger question mark.
They still can.
You think you can Drow this game? Where are you going to lane
It's so greedy. Like all the teams run the Lycan in the mid lane, but like having Lycan and Drow on the same team is just.
I'm just thinking how plus precision aura on the Visage for minions. That's all.
Sounds amazing.
Oh god. I like the fact they have a really strong support duo, because I think you need that to protect the Lycan, especially if he's in safe lane or even if he's going mid. Like I think you want to have a strong potential tri lane, because EG run those kind of dual lanes in the off lane, which are kind of hard to deal with. And I think having a Visage Skywrath support duo can really help negate that.
Yeah, and Jakiro Centaur, if that's the dual lane, is pretty strong already. So tanky, good burst
The other
damage.
thing they do is that the off-lane Skywrath mage, Bo3's played a hero there, but they pick up the puck, so probably not.
Yeah, puck plus Lycan is like one of the few combinations I feel is very effective. Like they both help each other in certain ways. Like Lycan needs someone to start a fight for him, so puck is like the call is just perfect because Lycan kills stuff in a matter of seconds. So the core just provides what Lycan needs the most. So I think Puck is like the best partner for Lycan if you talk about trying to fight early. And I mean, it's just a Feta hero. Like we were waiting to see a tempo control on Feta the whole day.
Yeah,
Do you think it's a mid puck or offlane puck though?
They can actually play it both ways, but if I'm the captain of C9, I would want Feta to play the puck.
So mid, you think?
Yeah, I mean it does well with Death Prophet though. You just farm and you basically you just trade farm with the Death Prophet, and you are just waiting for your teammate to come probably get a gank on the Death Prophet.
EG will ban out the Tidehunter, so they're thinking that the puck will go mid and that there's another offlaner inbound, which is certainly possible.
I think so too. I think they are going to go for, with this type of lineup, they will want to go for a heavy team fight. You have 2 tempo controls plus the Lycan just to keep taking fights, and just hopefully the 2 tempo controls will provide enough room for the Lycan to actually just kill everybody in the fight.
Yeah, I suppose the other option is the Lycan mid, the puck off lane, and if they actually want Drow, they could run it in the tri lane, though.
That's greedy though.
Like you said, it's greedy.
But it's C9, so you know, greed is like.
I mean, I don't know if you got to watch that second game, David. Did you have a chance to see much of it? Like that that was greedy for both teams. But
it kind of it's so weird how Dota's changed to the way you don't have to pick these supports anymore. It's kind of crazy. But
I mean, it doesn't mean you have to pick true support heroes. Anyone can be the support, you know.
Yeah, someone does have to buy the wards though.
Something I missed that Cloud9 used to do a lot of is the support bounty hunter, the Pilot-eyed bounty hunter. Like if you put like Bo3 on the Skywrath mage in the offlane with the bounty hunter helping like just offer some support, some roaming, like that's something which could be pretty strong against the EG lineup, because EG's lineup in the laning stage is pretty weak.
Yeah, no Meepo for Sing Sing though, I suppose.
Yeah, no Meepo, but I mean, it's the Lycan and the puck have a lot of mobility around the map, can pressure lanes pretty well, but yeah, there's no Meepo player anymore, I guess.
I feel like a lot of that strat was also just the element of surprise, which you see the bounty hunter pick or the Meepo and you immediately know, and it will be the Drow. So Lycan mid, I guess, and puck off lane, is that what we're looking at here? Or even a Lycan off lane?
What is like going on?
I mean, you look back at like Starladder where Ice ran the offlane Lycan, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I just maxed Howl and spammed Howl. Like, it works. Like, the Howl's a good spell. Wolves, eventually you get them, and they're great as well with the perma invis.
And the other thing you guys mentioned with the Lycan puck, you mentioned the coil and its importance for Lycan to just lock a hero down, but also giving Howl damage to puck early on is very, very scary.
You know, you were talking about the mid matchup versus DP. Now the puck has precision aura.
Tough lane. Arteezy's going to be unhappy. He'll want some ganks to come, but not really the best ganking lineup for EG before they get 6.
They don't really have the best gankers to kill a puck.
Yeah. Like Disruption into Ice Path? Question mark? Maybe into the Silence, I suppose, from Death Prophet. Well, on that note, we'll have a quick disconnect, so we'll run through the players and then we can talk a little bit about how the lanes are going to shape up. On the side of EG, we mentioned momentum for them. The boys in blue won their first BO3 today, which forces this deciding set. Winner of this next best of 3 that we begin now will take home the lion's share of the prize pool. We've got PPD on the Shadow Demon, Arteezy the Death Prophet again, Fear handling the Doom, University Centaur Windrunner, and that puts Zion to the Jakiro. And then on the Radiant side, Eternal Envy on the Drow Ranger, another squishy agility carry, but not quite as mobile as the Clinks early on. AUI 2000 your Visage, Fada the Puck, Pylai your Skywrath, and then last but not least, Bone7 on the Lycan. Interesting.
Bone7 on the Lycan.
You could send the puck offlane even though it's fatter, but I feel like you want the puck mid against the Death Prophet, because with the Howl and with the Precision Aura, like Fata can just straight up dominate a last hit battle with Arteezy there. I mean, the Death Prophet can farm, but just not very well.
Actually thinking maybe dual lanes though. Maybe dual lanes with this. Then they need to somehow put farm on every hero.
On Cloud9, you mean?
Yeah, all the calls have to have a good side.
Looks like Lycan is going to go mid, so...
Okay. I think Lycan's still decent versus Death Prophet. Like, you can control the runes, which you were mentioning Winter earlier is pretty important for DP. And you can also send the wolves to the jungle if you want and get some farm that way. So, pretty difficult to harass out of lane with the Stout Shield as well.
But he's gonna take a lot of spam from the DP though. That's like the concerning factor.
That is true. The one other thing is it's a fairly tricky hero to gank if he's scouting with the wolves. Like, you have to blow smoke, and already EG have used 1 just to get these wards up, so it'll be really cutting into their pool if they try to go for it again, and it's not a strong ganky duo like we talked about.
Yeah, I think they're gonna give Universe. Yeah, they're gonna give Centaur the safe farm. It's usually the case when you have a Centaur and a Doom, so he can actually be the one that controls the game as fast as possible. And their lane with the Centaur has a very good killing potential too.
I think that's crucial, because otherwise, like, the Puck Skywrath Mage do a surprisingly large amount of damage, because they've got Howl as well as Precision Aura. They can just get kills and dominate the Doom. If you put Doom in the tri lane, I think the tri lane loses.
The other thing that comes to my mind is, like, the Puck you were talking about, Shadow Demon Disrupt into Ice Path and Centaur Storm. That's actually quite hard if you want to catch out a Puck. Puck is a very elusive hero, so having him on the off lane means the chances of him dying is really low though, against this sort of disables.
This actually could go pretty well for C9. Like, their safe lane they should win. The Drow Ranger Visage versus just a Doom. The wards are going to be a bit of a threat, though. And actually, do they have Sentry Gold? No, that could be a problem. They don't have any money to deward these camps. But that being said, Fear will struggle to stay in this lane. And mid, probably a win for the Death Prophet, though we should still see Bone7 do okay. But yeah, this top lane, if they ever send the supports to pull, there's some kill potential here for Cloud9. So I'm kind of liking these Cloud9 lanes, given like how greedy their draft looked when the draft began. But all that could change. They are very frail, and anyone who gets caught out is probably dying after the first minute or two.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think the Doom will, because of this setup of the lanes, the Doom will also get a lot of experience. Like, the Visage alone is not enough to force the Doom out of the lane. He's gonna be able to get some experience, and he can just run into the jungle whenever his Devour comes off cooldown to get something.
Well, not if Eternal Envy has his say. I feel like he puts more attention on zoning out the enemy offlaner than... I mean, we saw it last game with the Clinks. He dove past the tier 1 at like 2 minutes. He really prioritizes it, even at the expense of his own farm. Although for now, he's perfect with 8 CS already.
Yeah, sometimes it's really important to zone. It depends on, you know, the situation and what you are trading it off. But top lane, they're gonna poke their head up very, very far ahead. Gonna drop some nukes on PPD.
Man, that how damage. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This lane can easily get kills.
One right click, right, from each of the hero. And,
one right click and Arcane Bolt.
Also the first time he used Howl. Like, Bone7, he's kind of holding on to the Howl when they actually engage at top rather than trying to use it to help himself
PPD.
last hit.
That's first blood, I think. Oh, Fada didn't want to orb for it. A little bit risky if he misses that orb. Then Universe can turn this and he will lumber in.
Yeah,
and they're going to try to fight. Fada's going back in, but oh, Fada takes the double edge, and that'll be your first blood. They lose the puck. Now Pilot in trouble as well, clipped by an ice pad. That's going to be 2 down. Looks like they'd get first blood. They decided to play it safe, and they end up losing 2-0. Well, so much for that lane having a shot at getting kills.
Yeah, the Doom rotating in was also really crucial for them to getting the second kill, but I mean, the bottom free farm is still okay for MV, and the Doom forcing the Doom into the jungle means they are actually still not getting something out of the off lane. So, I mean, top lane, if they don't feed more kills, if they get the kill on the Jakiro this time, they'll probably be
and they will. Zai just gonna tank that nuke and go down. They might even be able to kill off Universe here for a secondary kill. He's got to be careful. Arcane Bolts are cooling down. PPD also on the run. The how damage and precision are, well, you know, you give up a double kill in your off lane, and normally it's like, okay, this lane's pretty much over. But
precision aura plus how, man, it's so much damage.
We're seeing the power here for Cloud9.
They need to be really careful, especially the Shadow Demon. If he runs up and commits and he gets caught by a concussive, I think he's pretty much dead from one slow.
I think Cloud9 will still play fairly defensive at top lane even after getting that kill though, because they know this Doom's been missing, and Doom rotating in already caused them some problems, so that's always a bit of a threat for Cloud9, especially in this top lane.
Yeah, they do have the single ward to give them a decent amount of vision if he travels in the normal path, but you do have to worry about smoke ganks, and these supports are currently not spotted, so they'll probably play it a bit safer. And in fact, they rotate the Scarith to check the 4-minute rune, maybe going to go for a gank. And we see Bo3 already scouting and controlling the runes.
Lycan is actually having a good time as well. Middle against TP, it's almost the same CS, just 3 behind. It's not that huge of a deal.
And there's just no way RTZ is going to be able to control the runes. There's supports checking them, there's wolves checking them. He can battle Crow, but...
Maybe they can try to gank with this Invis if Skyra wants to come in as well.
Yeah, he did get this double damage rune, but the 4-minute rune now going to go the way of the Visage. And they make their move on mid. They might be able to get a kill here. Thinking about it anyway.
One more hero though. I feel they need one more.
They need
hero.
a +1. It looks like. It's Courier maybe. Do they snipe it with the wolves? No, it's hasted.
Nah, I think they're waiting for the puck is going back to base to heal now. Maybe they're waiting for the puck.
This is a big investment.
Yeah, it's just a level 3 puck. Even with the puck, it's such a hard kill to get. Like level 3 puck with.
If it's a level 3 Skyra, probably I'd say they get the kill.
Yeah. They really need the Skyrith there, but it seems Skyrith is just kind of leeching XP at top lane.
This is a lot of wasted time for AUI, and well, he could be stacking, doing the double pull. They will finally go in, but
Lycan's level 6, so
it's too late.
And as soon as Lycan runs at the DP there, like, RTZ knows something's up. Like, there's no reason for the Lycan to move like that unless teammates are around trying to go for a gank. So RTZ should be playing very defensive now, until he sees heroes, which he does at the top river.
Midas Rush, looks like Eternal Envy will be picking his up fairly soon. We'll see the Doom going for one as well here, but it will be quite a quick Midas for RTZ. Gonna get it after this creep. So the economy will be good. Universe top lane dropping low to the Howl damage. Can't finish the kill though, but they are keeping this Centaur down a bit, and Universe will have to trot all the way back to base. Has Tranquils to heal him up, but gonna have to wait a while for those. Still, I continue to worry about this Visage of AUI.
PPD is coming bottom. PPD is coming bottom.
No, disruptions there. Fear has just the crit aura from the Doom, but they almost completely surround him. He pushes them away. Still, it doesn't matter. His own illusion turned against him. He will fall, and now perhaps AUI 2000 his next. Fear gets the crit, and Fear gets the kill. That Visage 0 base armor. That is painful.
Yeah, no boots against Tranquil boots. It's painful.
That was like a no boots draw, so he's certainly going to die for sure. And that was a really good smoke rotation from PPD, realizing that Envy is going for the Midas. He punishes him as soon as he sees him get that.
And he didn't even get to use the Midas too, so that really slows him down quite a lot.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds of additional economic damage at least, maybe 30. Well, makes it a 6.5 minute Midas effectively.
That was actually really huge.
And you just look at AUI 2000 right now, and level 2 at 7 minutes. He almost always gets his levels early, but this is a game where he's going to struggle, it seems.
Yeah, he didn't get the pull early as well because, like you mentioned, they didn't save gold for sentries, and he bought the sentries fairly late. So this is the result of that. And they're gonna bring in more support to kill him again.
EG having such a good time in the laning stage, and like their lineup's strongest like around when they get their blink daggers. Like they haven't even really hit the point of their like early to mid game where their lineup's strongest when they get their good initiations, where they have the exorcism start pushing towers. So the fact their early game has gone so well, I think, is a really good sign for EG.
Well, although Cloud9 normally has a great record with Drow Visage, I don't know if this is going to be their game. Eternal Envy now caught up by the Shadow Demon, but can't get off the disruption, just the Soul Catcher, and that will allow them to retreat. Now throwing in the concussive shot on the Jakiro of Zai. With Boots, he tries to make his run, but level 3 Frost Arrows are about to find him, and as soon as this starts adding up, they'll lose the Jakiro. Maybe they get the trade from Fear, and one more right click from the Wolves, they will get the kill. Now Bo3 popping his own ultimate, starts to crit PPD, quickly bringing him down. They lose the Shadow Demon, and they may lose more. Fear is committed for this one. He's gone deep, he has Doom ready. Can he get it off in time before dropping? He gets Fog, he settles to Doom Pylai Die, who will at least be denied.
Envy's jukes there were insane. That was such good movement in the trees, and like Ten going through, he baited Fear so hard. Fear thought he had a short kill there. That was really well played by Envy.
And they do end up denying the Scareth Mage in the end, so extremely bad turn of events for EG. They get really nothing out of that one. And they've also given this Puck a lot of freedom top lane now, and along with that, Lycan hits level 8, has treads up, works towards his Vlads. Considering it was a solo mid Lycan and was up against a pretty good harasser, he's done an okay job here. Not on Arteezy's level, sure, but
the Puck has more last hits than the Centaur. Here comes another concussive shot. This is not going to be able to kill, but the Centaur's quite far away from his blink, considering the fact that he was actually the safe lane. His CS is not very impressive.
Yeah, and I think, like David, like you mentioned, it's really about these blink daggers. If they don't get one in a timely fashion on Centaur or Doom, they just really can't take fights very easily. Like, how do you go in without a blink stomp? They just don't have much.
Yeah, their supporting duo is more like keeping people alive with the disruption and the ice path instead of initiating, but they're gonna try and get the ice dead.
No, the coil connects on PPD here. Heads up to the high ground, doesn't even have a TP scroll. He can buy another now before he goes down, if he wants to. He will disrupt, and then the Centaur Stampede, maybe it is enough! One more right click, so close. He did end up buying the extra TP before dying, but now bottom lane. Fear dives AUI 2000. This crit! He doesn't even need the Doom. Just 2 more right clicks would do him in. But the big bad wolves arrived, and Fear gets blocked in. He gets trapped. Can he make his way out the other direction? AUI 2000 juking him, and Bone7 munches him down.
He didn't want to use his Doom. I mean, he shouldn't. I don't think he should save
That was deja vu from earlier. That's like the exact same thing that happened with Envy, this time with AUI, and that shuts down and slows down his Midas again. Like, Fear's having a really rough time this game.
I mean, he could have just used the Doom. I think you don't have to save. He just wanted to save the Doom. It was just a straightforward kill with the Doom, but he didn't want to use it.
And now he's just not even laning bottom anymore. They'll give that to PPD, and he's just, I have to get this Midas. It's already 10 minutes in. And it was with good camp blocks. Like, he got a lot more farm out of the offlane than what you would normally expect. And
yeah,
on the back of a few good fights.
He even got an early kill when he rotated to top.
And EG looked for more top lane with Fada. Getting Ice Path, but no follow-up for this yet. Arteezy does have Exorcism ready, and he will dive a bit. Just trying to zone Fada off this tower.
Centaur has Blink in 50 go as well.
Good timing for EG to engage.
Yeah, this is the timing they need to wait for. And bottom lane, that's the Familiars waiting for PPD behind him. They're going to be able to get this kill. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, Silence can't self-disrupt, and they don't even need the stomps. No stone forms required for that one. Just an easy kill.
EG are trading okay. Like they've got level 3 Liquid Fire and Exorcism, so it's pretty much guaranteed tier 1 tower at least whenever they want to use the Exorcism. But I feel they're going to need a bit more out of that. But once they get these tier 1 towers, they'll get the Blink daggers up. Fear will. I mean, he's already got his Midas now, but if he wants to go for a Blink as well after that, he can get these items very, very quickly.
Yeah, he's already got an additional 500 gold working towards it. It looks like as the Midas does arrive. And here comes the smoke. Instantly with the Blink Dagger up, they make their move towards Bone7 in the Radiant Jungle. Smoke will be revealed, and the Blink Stomp is there, but it's only on Wolves. It's not the right direction from Universe. Can he get this around? Tries to block him in, but Bone7 heads to the north. Won't matter as the Purge finds him. Well, perhaps it will. Stampede's forward. Double Edge still cooling down. They'll get the kill. And now PPD's got to make his run. Wolves and Gargoyles in hot pursuit. He's going down one way or the other, it feels. Just a few more right clicks would do him. The Jakiro does his best to keep him alive, but it's just not enough.
Oh, it's been a really brutal day for him. First that position 9 Warlock, now the Shadow Demon that gets chased by summons.
Normally supports can like a support Shadow Demon can just sit behind all the action and wait to like go in for a defensive disruption, but against summon wolves and against familiars, oh man, this is just like a terrible game to be a Shadow Demon.
And yeah, and not to mention later on this game, you're looking at a lot of silences. Drow Ranger silence, Skywrath Mage silence, and the Puck, so it only gets harder from here to keep the right position. But they are smoked.
Here comes Feta with his call.
No Blink Dagger yet.
They're gonna see Universe.
This is a long way to commit to go from, and they even use the Mystic Flare. Looks like they will get the Universe kill. Coil dropped and down he goes. Nicely done.
That's gonna give the Puck his Blink very soon. It's in 100 gold.
By the way, I like AUI 2000's position right now. This is awkward. He can still offer a lot to his team, though, with the familiars. And they're going to go defend mid.
He'd ideally be at bottom lane for this push, because he has got the level 7 with the max soul assumption, so could offer a lot of damage, but I think EG may just have to let this tower go.
He's probably just gonna TP top, TP to the tier 2 top and just take the farm. He's not gonna come to the fight, for sure. It's too far away.
Yeah, this is AUI. Come on, David, what are you thinking? Stomp
he
now?
he wants his accept,
good
though.
silence from Fada will prevent the Stomp initiation. Still, Eternal Envy's going to drop to the Ghost as they return. Oh no, sorry, not returning. Just running right next to him. Bone7 forced to use his ultimate and try to retreat. Universe will have a blink and a stomp soon. Double Edge is there as well. They just don't even need the body blow. Oh, maybe they do. One more Ghost, one more right click. It's enough. They get the kill. And 2 drop again. EG, it's just once they have the blinks and they just jump you, what do you do? These Cloud9 heroes really lack mobility. They have 2 that have okay.
They killed all the tier 1 towers. Like, you mean, Winter mentioned, AUI had to TP to the top tier 2 and just farm. If they had the tier 1 bottom tower, he can TP bottom and actually be there for that fight and offer a lot of damage upward with Soul Assumption. But the fact EG have taken all these tier 1 towers, whenever Cloud9 push out lanes, they're so vulnerable unless they already have 5 there. But Cloud9, it's not their style to ever push this 5, especially with this draft.
Yeah, and this draft, it's really good at just picking off towers, not even as a group of 5, but just, you know, familiars here, Drow there, spreading it out with the Lycan a bit. But although these towers are all fairly low, none have died yet, and this bottom tower is actually in deny range. Something that EG may look to deprive Cloud9 of fairly soon and increase their gold lead a bit.
Familiars will probably go there and try and take a last hit if they actually know it's actually low.
They're on a secret mission right now.
I think he knows. Yeah, he knows.
AUI wants his gold. Gift, please. Oh, that's much needed for him. But EG say you can have a tier 1. We're looking for tier 2 towers now. Yules is up on Arteezy, and this makes it very difficult for Cloud9 to engage on him. Like, you blink in with the Puck Sans, he just Yules. Same if you coil him. I'm a little worried, and that's before you look at the counter initiation of Stampede, and even Jakiro is pretty good counter initiate, so I do worry for their ability to kill off Death Prophet in these upcoming fights.
Top lane, Fear gets silence.
Oh man.
Oh no, this is really a bad game for him. He wanted to just... Oh dear.
He's still the 2nd in net worth despite that, because he's doomed. So it could be worse.
Yeah, the ward actually spotted his movement, that's why they were able to react very appropriately towards his gank. He came from the trees there.
Universe is fishing for a gank mid, but they're scouted out by the wolves of Bone7. So there won't really be an easy way in. And it looks like Cloud9 will suddenly take 3 towers. They snipe the 1 bottom lane, Eternal Envy pushes in the mid, and EG will take that tier 2, but it's not as one-sided of a trade as what they were hoping for. Really nice movement.
Yeah, but Envy is still like very far from his. I mean, I think he needs a lot of items to be able to stand and fight. Like, their heroes are basically very. Drow is not that. It's very vulnerable to all those physical damage from the DPLT and the Doom as well. I don't know about Drow though. They need to rely on I think the Visage familiars and other stuff to deal with damage.
Though.
There's a Yules though. This is very difficult kill.
He doesn't have mana.
Oh, after that last nuke, it required a Stampede to get him out. Yeah, with the Yules, I'm not sure they could get that one, but in the end, he does make it out.
Yeah, the thing is like when they reach late game, they can just keep splitting up, make sure they speed up and use their stuff and push. So the Doom can't exactly catch any of them. They just need to be safe, like the game before when they drafted Prophet, Invoker. It's sort of like something similar where you can use all your summons to just keep pushing, so the Doom can't catch you. You're always in a safe distance, and you just outmaneuver your enemy.
And speaking of summons, there's about to be a new one, because AUI is on a really good track for his Aghanims, and
wow, he's actually that pumped.
he had a really slow start too.
Yeah. I think he got at least 2 of those 3 towers. Maybe even yeah, he got 2 of the 3.
He's gonna have an axe in like 90 minutes, 20 minutes axe on the support.
AUI always seems to find a way, at least on this hero.
He got a lot of time of farm at top when you were talking about them pushing bottom, the 4 of them. So that was the part, a large chunk of gold came from there, and the last hit of the tower as well, from the bottom lane and the top lane.
Yeah, it's made a big difference, but like for Cloud9, what do they need to... What's the strategy from here? Do you ever look to take fights? Is it just purely split push all game, or...?
I don't think so. I think they'll just try to, you know, get more farm out of the map compared to EG, because C9 has better heroes at farming the whole map, and EG is just better at taking a fight now. Their supports don't farm fairly quick. SD and Shell Demon and Jakiro is just fairly alright in farming, but if you compare it to the Visage, which can split push with the familiars, you are never gonna farm as fast as the
the wolves are here, trying to be a little sneaky.
No.
Sneaky!
Oh my god, that was close.
It ran in, but just couldn't actually click on the Aegis in time.
It was just outside the range of the sentry, I believe. That's why they couldn't spot
Yeah,
the wolves.
they killed one wolf at the start, and I was like, wait, how did this other wolf sneak in? And well,
Arteezy might lose this Aegis quickly. I don't know. They don't have the 3rd familiar yet.
Yeah, he has the 3rd familiar in 50 gold.
Pretty risky to go for that. Stampede is ready from Universe, but I don't know if he wants to commit this just yet.
Probably gonna get Pi. I think they're gonna get Pi.
Yeah, tries to TP out. The Stomp Universe is already prepared for this with the vision from the Shadow Poison, easily killing him off. Arteezy, though, did lose his ultimate, or his Aegis top lane. Now drops low just to the 2 familiars. Imagine if there was a 3rd. The trade is there from Fear. He gets at least the 1 kill, but it's an Aegis down, and AUI then kills off the Doom yet again. AUI 2000 is, with the backup of Eternal Envy Zara, carrying his team right now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, these trades are really good for Cloud9, because EG really want to group as 5, take towers, and not have to worry about these trades on the other side of the maps, but Cloud9, like, that's the one thing they're not going to let happen. If they ever see EG going down one lane, they're suddenly in two other lanes, pushing with familiars, pushing with wolves, like, just not letting EG get any sort of just footing in this game whatsoever.
And there's no Universe Chrono this time around. Like, Centaur can be a decent initiator, but you can't control their entire team with a Centaur.
The thing is, like, if this game, okay, we're talking about C9 splitting up, and Centaur's supposed to catch them, right? But there's no Sunstrike. It's very difficult for the Centaur to kill them. He needs to wait for his team to arrive, or he just needs to wait for the Doom to come in. It's not that easy to get kills and pick off as a Centaur this game.
And that's your eggs. 19 minutes, 1955, just before the 20-minute mark.
This is so super farm, man. His net worth is just he's as farm as the safe lane Centaur. Okay, the Centaur is like sort of a position tree, but it just tells you how farm this Visage is.
He's richer than his own puck. And this is after he didn't save for sentries. He was very delayed in those initial pulls, and
yeah, it was the farm.
Just
farming
catches
on the
up
lanes,
anyway.
The way he plays the Visage, farming with the familiars, just as you can see at top, he's just farming lanes whenever possible, and just taking a lot of space, as they feel that Visage needs. I mean, their team feels that Visage needs a lot of farm, and it's very worthy. They play like very similar to Enigma, basically.
Eternal Envy will not go for the Manta. He just completes in the end the Sanj and Yasha.
He really likes this build. It gives you... It's kind of like it's kind of like the Mask of Madness, except the safer option, because you get HP as well as the movement speed, so... You can be very, very, you're still very prone to getting ganked. If you get blink stun, you're dead. But...
I mean, you're still moving quickly, even if you're doomed, so I guess that's a plus for you, although most of the time if you're doomed against a Centaur Stampede, you're not going to get out. But if you think about what items can actually help him against this scenario, Draw is going to have a bad game. It's a very tough game against all these heroes.
I mean, you could kind of go for the Blink Dagger, but if they're going to be initiating with like Blink, Shivers, Guard, and a Doom, and at that point, you're not blinking out. If you're in position in range of them, your Blink is not going to actually save your life.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get items that can accelerate his farm, give him good stats, give him more HP, and hopefully he survives. And his team, like especially the Visage, will do a lot of damage when they are focusing the draw. There's still a Lycan also. I mean, even if the draw doesn't do that much damage, there's still another damage hero.
Well, C9 made a smoke from the bottom lane, and it's about to wear off. Fado will be revealed momentarily, but they might just get a range of Arteezy before the smoke wears off. Oh no, now they're spotted out, and immediately the pings come. So it's up to these familiars to push in the bottom lane, and it looks like Pylodine may get caught out here. Arteezy deploying his Shivas, now Universe jumping in. Well, say goodbye to Pi. He'll be the sacrificial lamb as the rest of the team makes the retreat.
And I'm looking at bottom, the two familiars with Howl and Precision Aura killing the tower, and now he's gonna resummon the new set.
Plus 147 damage, although he did use it on the creep wave.
Man, so just wait until the Howl is propped. It's in 3 seconds. It's in 3 seconds.
They're just hitting for a constant plus 69, even after they use up their charges.
Yeah, that's minimum damage is plus 69 with Howl as well as Precision Aura. Like that's absurd.
Here comes the familiars. Oh, the Jakiro might take a lot of damage from this. He's gonna die. I think he's gonna die.
Oh, AUI 2000 might pay for this though. Arteezy even uses Exorcism just to try and kill off AUI, but he's running away from the familiars. The stomps are he might even get the kill. AUI is like 3v1, 1v3, 1v4.
He used the use at the start, and Ice Path was already cast. Disruption was cast on the Jakiro to stop the Soul Assumption damage, and there was nothing left.
It wasn't even just that he got out, it was like they were afraid to fight him with the familiars there. Oh my goodness.
Top lane, Fear jumps in.
Oh, Envy turns on him though. And now Bone7 gets excited, but there is backup inbound here for EG, and they will make the retreat out.
I think he's gonna chase this.
Stampede is ready. They're not gonna use it just yet. Bone7 TP's out. Eternal Envy also makes his escape.
Wow, Space mate bottom, Space mate top. Teamwork. Such teamwork.
And even if Envy or someone gets caught there before he blinks, like sure he dies, it's a bit of a loss, but at the end of the day, Cloud9 are keeping all lanes pushed out. They're putting EG under so much heat right now. It's not even the end of the world for them.
Yeah, middle lane, they're gonna get Pi though.
It's such a meaningless kill.
Yeah, at this point Skywrath is, if he gets off a nice Mystic Flare, it's a bonus, and I mean, they've got a support in the Visage who does more than, like, probably most of the heroes in EG's team.
More than your Centaur, and he does, I would argue, the Doom to a certain extent, but not the DP.
Yeah. Well, even the DP, he might not do more, but he brought Arteezy down to half health, like, instantly.
His silence was on cooldown, too bad. He used it to farm the creep wave.
And Fado will get doomed. Fear.
Deny him?
Being pursued out? No, no deny. Oh, actually, did get the deny on the puck.
Top lane as well.
Trying to TP out. Oh, Universe tried to force Steph in for a stun, but a bit too late. While Arteezy is pursued on the top side of the map, the Wolves not able to quite get in range, and so back to the bottom lane where they're fighting these familiars, blinking under the trees to find them. They still haven't killed off a single one. They even used poison to scout for them, but the familiars make their escape. AUI 2000 is an elusive beast, and now he begins working on the Assault Cuirass for the main hero.
Yeah. Something Fear did, which like really goes to show EG's position, he got rid of the Alpha Wolf aura and he's gone Frost Armor. Like he's so worried about staying alive, he feels he needs all the defensive armor he can get.
They're looking for Arteezy here. Oh, maybe Arteezy's looking for Pi. He had a little backup, but the team decided to retreat from him, and wisely so, as the rest of EG descend. Rosha's up in potentially a minute or two.
He was trying to place a ward there, but it was really bad timing.
It's kind of, you know, like you said, David, it's not the biggest kill in the world, but...
Yeah, but I mean...
He is giving up a lot of them at this point.
You're giving up a lot still, and you know, if your support is on the map, you could be doing like stacking, placing observer wards, or just revealing potential smoke gangs or anything instead of just, you know, constantly just dying.
Yeah, the one kill on its own maybe doesn't matter too much, but when it keeps adding up, when your team doesn't have much vision right now, that's where Cloud9 aren't getting too much from the Skywrath Mage.
They do have Necro 3 now on the Lycan. It's not really the fastest farm for Bone7, but his team's been soaking up a lot. Especially Eternal Envy now, with his Blink and 3k gold up. I'm curious to see what the next item is. It's a tough choice. Like, BKB isn't a full G.
I'm not sure. I got a feeling he might actually go for Mask of Madness, because it's Envy.
You think Endless Sanji
build? He goes for Mjolnir with his Drow every now and then.
They could throw it on the Lycan, I suppose.
Lycan is not that tanky, to be honest.
Yeah. That's the thing is, I guess it does just help you clear out the waves, just getting
I
them
mean,
out
if you
from
have
you.
Mass of Madness, you deal a lot of... I mean, your job is to just take out the DP as soon as she pops her ulti as soon as possible. You just damage her down, kill her with your damage, with your big damage, but... I'm not sure though, every single item has his, like... doesn't really give him much survivability. It's just about how fast he can kill the opponent before they kill the Drow.
If he just wants to give his team damage, then the Butterfly's a fantastic pickup, but we'll see. EG have plenty of damage that isn't... The evasion wouldn't be helping him too much this game, so...
Yeah, he has 3.4k, like almost 4k now.
Maybe he's not sure and just wants to wait and see.
Yeah, it's like, for me it's hard to say which is better though. I mean, I just feel that he just needs to try his best to deal as much damage as possible. No item I feel can help him survive the team fight. It's just all about how much damage he can deal.
And now the familiars are headed towards mid. Casual plus 98 bonus damage.
So annoying.
With the help.
Okay,
Casual plus 118. Like, Fear gets coiled up, and within the dire base, he's nearly killed off, but Fada's overextended for this and got stomped, counter-initiated upon by Universe until the familiars come in, looking to finish what the hero couldn't. Unfortunately, they can't get in range. Now forced to stomp and may have to be resummoned to avoid feeding too much gold. Meanwhile, Roche. Arteezy will claim that with the ultimate. And they will lose a couple familiars. AUI did resummon them, but not before one went down.
He's already more than halfway through his assault cuirass. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, his net worth is, it's not like it's comparable to these top farmers, but it just, because of the strategy, like, he can have this level of farm and do as much as like even his own Drow.
Oh, he might be in trouble here. The ward actually spotted him out, and DP is a very...
Oh, they go the wrong way.
They guessed wrong. He got out of vision before he turned to the north, and then he headed back south, and they thought he went up. And Fada will push out mid. So we see the Wolves continuing to scout. Something Bone7's been doing all game long, just providing vision for potential familiar openings, for the split push of Eternal Envy. It's really one cohesive unit.
It comes with a cost though. As a result, he's not as farm as he could be.
And C9 are grouping. It seems like they're feeling confident to take a fight. And Envy is going to go... He's going to go for the butterfly I mentioned, so maximum damage for these familiars. And
yeah, it's going to give the aura more damage. That's the good thing about that build.
Yeah, just with the Eagle Song alone.
Yeah, it gives her a lot of damage as well. But she's still going to be very vulnerable in the fights. It's just the aura for the familiars will do a lot of damage now.
At this point, C9 aren't really fighting. Like, there's small little skirmishes where they go for a gank or pick off, but it's more about trying to almost wrap with
never 10 heroes in a position.
Yeah. There's only ever like 3v1 or 3v2 engagements, like these small skirmishes.
Sometimes there's not even a hero there, there's just the familiars, the wolves, the necrobo.
Yeah. 3v0s or 3v summons.
Well, they are looking to take the tier 2 mid though with the
I actually think the summons do more than the Skyraft though, LD.
I think they do more than like some of these other heroes, like possibly even more than the Drow. Like, in theory, Envy does way more damage, but he has to be worried about getting caught out. Whereas these things can be everywhere.
And they're very elusive too. Like, catching these familiars and locking them down is not easy when they have flying. Not to mention like the summons, the necros, the wolves of the Lycan. These things are all very swift. So dealing with it's just causing EG nightmares right now.
Yeah, finally they're deciding that they are already strong enough. They're gonna contest this tier 2. Even they have an Aegis on Death of the Day. I think they have a lot of damage to burst her down now.
There's no exorcism. I think that's why they want to try to take a fight. 60 seconds.
Yeah, that is the big spell here. Centaur is ready though.
Just look at this tower map to the summons. If they start hitting at the same time with the power.
Yeah.
You just kind of lack damage without the exorcism.
Oh, here comes the Centaur Paladin.
Pie. Easily spotted out by Universe. And now Arteezy also chasing mid. He looks for AOE 2000 here, but the familiars 1, 2, 3. Perfectly microed. Still the hero might be in trouble. Yulesed up and they're going to get him anyway.
Needs to drain some damage.
It won't matter. The Shivas is there, and AUI 2000. It ends this big streak for, well, not a huge streak, but a decent streak there in the killing spree. Still the split push. Like, you get the 1 kill, but Envy's off in his own little world top lane, with Fada at his side, pushing in.
They don't
Can they try to go for Rex?
They can go for Rex, I guess.
No. Yeah, they've got exorcism in 5 seconds, but...
Yeah, 10 seconds.
I don't know why they...
Look at these familiars, though. They're already there bottom with the Necro book. It'd be tough for EG to go in.
I think DP could have almost gone for mid lane there. Like, 2 key heroes... Well, not really key heroes, but 2 heroes dead. He has the exorcism. 1 or 2 of your teammates can defend, but... I guess they're worried about multiple lanes being pushed in.
Yeah. EG just... It's... Oh, familiars are stalking now. They found another flying... Oh, just out of range of the courier. Thought they were going to get it. While bottom lane, they go in Bo3 as well. The blink stops there once again. Universe, he never misses. This guy, everywhere he goes, he just keeps on finding his ganks. Hasn't had the most kills this game, but he's really the only one setting up anything for EG at this point.
Yeah, Fear hasn't had a good time setting up kills, but he's farming a lot though with the minus and devour.
And they are getting a lot of armor. Your Death Prophet's getting tanky. Just a cheap blade mail on the Centaur, but it's something for him. And then Doom working towards an Assault Cuirass with the Frost Armor. He's got 39 armor. It's going to impact how much... It really does help against all this physical damage, I guess.
Oh, they caught by again.
Again, why was he there?
It's not like he's pushing. Like, this is a Skywrath mage. He has no pushing power whatsoever. Like, he can use a Arcane Bolt on Creep Zero there, but he hasn't... No, he wasn't even warding. I don't know what he's doing there.
He's just trying to get experience and push out the wave. I mean, that's they want to keep EG separated on the map. They don't want the death ball to come. EG are trying their best to just group up and push with the next DPLT in 45 seconds.
But the Aegis is going to be down by then.
When the death ball comes, there's no Doom as well now, which makes it a little safer to defend.
Triple stun on Zai, just to slow down his joining the team.
Just look at the Doom as well. He has his double armor up, and this is going to be very hard to stop. The Assault will provide a lot more damage for the DP.
Despite Cloud9's good split push earlier, they are going to be forced to fight. EG have them cornered in that sense. Nobody out on the map, and they smoke and they wrap around from the north.
They have double familiars though. I think they might actually be able to win the fight if they can burst someone down, and they don't have Doom.
EG are in the worst position here on the low ground. If they're not careful, they could lose PPD at the start, but Arteezy's already killed off the tower, and they're still waiting to engage, looking for Fear. They go in now with the coil, straight onto PPD. There's Mystic Flare, almost walking back into it. He will fall. Fear still at full HP for the time being, but now with the Stampede ending, forced to run, and the physical damage of C9 is pretty damn fearsome. Universe goes down. In the base, meanwhile, Arteezy is just chasing at the crap out of Eternal Envy. Exorcism very healthy. He's forced back, and Envy just can't fight this. Doesn't have lifesteal, can't survive against it, so he's got to wait it out and then turn on Arteezy. And still, well, Aegis is now worn off at the very least. Yule Scepter available. He's still chasing for this one, but in the meantime, his teammate Fear is just helpless to do anything. Still going in. Arteezy finally will collect the kill, but it means that they can't get a Rax off the back of this. In the end, I suppose worth it for the kill, but could have been a Rax.
Yeah, eventually they'll get it done. At least C9 are not pushing out the other lanes, and they are not gaining anything.
The position of all 3 creep waves right now really favors EG.
And they do force out a Drow buyback. That's a big one. He's got to accomplish something with
this. They need to get something from this.
But the problem is that they don't actually have a Dream Coil right now, so Arteezy can keep on retreating out. The Ice Path is turned the other way against Eternal Envy. They don't have the damage yet. Fear jumping in. He gets caught by a stun from the Familiars, then turned on and brought down Envy now, finding his opening. Frost Arrow's not on. Well, now they are. And in spite of that, Arteezy's just a bit too fast with the Stampede. Can't track him down. Then finally they will get in range and bring him into the base. PPD looking for a regen run. Probably going to be the next one to fall as Fada continues pursuit. Zai also there with him, but they just don't have anyone who can turn this fight with actual damage. They may get the puck. Oh, a beautiful 2-hero Ice Path. That's set up nicely. Envy now doesn't get his bonus damage. Everybody close to him. This is going to be a dieback from Eternal Envy. Really costly death there, and Bo3 also in jeopardy now. Jakiro is manning up and fighting against him. Even Universe joining this one. The Shivas comes from Arteezy as he rejoins the fray as well. Now the Mystic Flare, but it's not doing anything. There was no one there to take the damage of it. Zai retreating to the right. PPD also with him. It's the flock of units that try to get these kills. They've been chased from the bottom lane directly to the tier 2 dire bottom lane where it once stood. It's been halfway around the world for Cloud9, but in the end, getting very little for all of that investment. They did force out the Arteezy buyback, though. And now Arteezy heads towards mid. He's got his ultimate ready.
His ulti is ready already. I remember they can just run 5 men down.
Should he have bought back there, do you think?
I guess it's fine though, at least they killed the Lycan. They killed the Lycan. Without him, they might not kill the Lycan. The draw was certainly dead, but not the Lycan.
And he is going to Shiva's now and start chasing AUI. He got him with the slow. Now Yules him up in the air. And Exorcism comes out, hexes him. Universe can stun this. He'll end AUI 2000's life. They'll punish the Visage.
What? Universe has a hex?
Oh, that was Universe's hex. I just assumed it was the Death Prophet.
Like, when did Death Prophet have a hex? Like, wait, something is wrong.
Yeah. At this stage of the game, if anyone's going to have one, you expect it to be Arteezy, but it is indeed Universe who's farmed it. And now they lose their first lane of racks. EG have finally cracked open this EG base. Or this Cloud9 base, rather. Now Fear turns. Hopefully they're not cracking open their own base. And Shivas get popped everywhere. Shivas galore. Spada drops on the back lines of the fight. Now the Drow Ranger arrives, starts dishing out the big Hal damage. Universe will end up going down, and now the chase is on with no Exorcism. There's no way EG fights this. Familiar's trying to pursue Arteezy to the north, but he's going to make his escape, so they head back for Zai instead. They get the Jakiro, bringing him down, and now Cloud9 got a charge down mid. Buybacks?
Remember, low buybacks, yeah.
There was a really good silence for Envy. He stopped the Centaur Blink initiation, just the right timing.
Cloud9 might be able to turn this one. There's a Doom buyback and a Jakiro buyback, but Centaur on the sidelines for 50 seconds. Exorcism down for 50 as well. They need this creep wave to arrive, and it is slowly coming in mid. Did they use the Hal a bit too early? Oh, we'll see. For now, continuing to push forward. And the wave will arrive. I don't even know if they wait for this. Glyph is up on the dire side.
Well. Oh dear, this is gonna be really scary. They might have to buy back on the Jakiro.
Well, they'll use everything they can. Then they Doom Eternal Envy, but there's nothing really to back that up. So he'll be off the fight for now, but not finished just yet. Arteezy lurches forward, looking for someone to finish off, but everyone from Cloud9 retreating. Pylite won't be so lucky. He ends up going down. Eternal Envy, in the end, did fall to Fear, who continued pursuit in that direction. So they lose the Drow. And now he's on the sidelines for 67 seconds. Is it thrown at time or just another lane of racks? That's the question now for EG.
And at some point they actually kill Envy, not just take him out of the fight with the Doom, because that's a lot of damage taken away from the Familiars, from all of these heroes. So killing him off completely with the Doom there is huge, because even AUI top lane trying to push things out right now, he doesn't have the precision aura on his Familiars. They're doing no damage at all. So EG may just secure the game right here.
Yeah, Arteezy deploys the Exorcism, and you just see this Cloud9 bottom lane begin to melt. The tier 3 falls, and now they look for the range Rex. That will only take 4 or 5 seconds at most to drop, and then they stampede. Surging in towards Fada, EG find yet another kill, and look for even more. AUI 2000 caught up by the Yule Scepter, and now drop back down and quickly dealt with. And these Familiars just have nothing left, and Cloud9, their patented Drow Visage combo, it falls short here. 13-5 is now at 13-6. And EG are 1 win away from completing a full lower bracket sweep and taking WEC China. It would be their second time doing so in a major tournament. The first, of course, was the Summit. They are really on a roll.
That was a very close game, though. It was really nice the way EG managed to end things there.
It was really, really close, considering the fact that C9 was actually... They were sort of getting so much map control, farming everywhere with the Visage, the Drow, and everyone was getting really, really farmed. It just came down to the fight that Envy had to buy out to take the fight, and it actually hurt him a lot, and the fight just went really bad for him after the dieback.
Guys, Gods, Winter, do EG just have too much momentum? Are they just the more solid team, or do you see any chance for Cloud9 to bounce back after this?
I don't know, man. Every time I see EG on Dire, they seem to be unstoppable on Dire side.
Yeah. I'm kind of inclined
to
agree.
Cloud9 get Dire game 2. I think Cloud9 will take game 2, and then I think game 3 will be Dire side potentially winning again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, has Dire lost a game this series?
It's not like Dire
I don't
has
think
lost. It's
so.
just EG on Dire in particular with the recent.
And it hasn't even been the Aegis. Like Arteezy got Roshan at one point in this game, but the Aegis wasn't really that impactful.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like it's also just the kinds of heroes that they pick on Dire that seem to just work really well for them. Well, with that being said, guys, it's going to be a wrap for game 1 of our final set of this best of 3 sets. And EG are real close to taking it. They take game 1. When we return, we'll see if they can take game 2 and complete the sweep, or if Cloud9 can force a deciding game 3. You're watching WEC China, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. We'll be back.